What are you, Archer? Do you appreciate the advantages of the tactical turtleneck?
Maybe. Clearly, we've worn the same clothes like
Lana,
5
I
days
was
in
one
a
of the
row.
first to realize the tactical advantages of the turtleneck.
Actually, the funny thing, I got this while I was a little heavier, so it's actually it's hanging off me a bit. But
Oh, that's okay. You look ridiculous in it no matter what.
awesome! Anyone looks ridiculous in the tactical turtleneck, even though that would be going against the definition of it. But why would
Lana!
Danger Zone? Yeah, so clearly Archer has a lot to do with Good Burger. I wish it did. It'll make it so much easier to get
Oh,
through.
sweet. It would be like the Bob's Burger crossover with Archer. Archer plus Good Burger.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing if Bob's Burger did like...
And what is your deal? Are you like stoned 24/7?
Bob's Burger
Welcome to
did
Good Burger,
something
right?
with Good Burger. That'd be amazing. Oh my god.
Welcome to Good Burger. I'm with a Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Why do I have to say that? It's ridiculous. We're not even fast food.
Oh my god.
Alright, so let's...
This one's gonna be mostly on you. I'm not sure I have much to say about Good Burger.
I
in that.
remember, because again, this was...
What do you say except it sucks?
I can talk about how this was kind of like just one of many, like, we moved from like probably our favorite place we ever lived. We used to live in Seattle, and it was just like the place of childhood dreams for us is the perfect spot. Then we moved to Rhode Island.
I'll tell you, it is middle fucking earth. It's
Yeah,
like it's
just
like
so beautiful.
It's like
And then-
mountains, and there's like trolls there. No, there's actually a troll under a bridge in the city there. They built a
He's on his
statue to a
computer.
troll. Yeah.
But then we moved to Rhode Island, which if you're an adult, I can see enjoying it. For a kid, it's a fucking nightmare because there's nothing to do and everybody's miserable. And on top of that, this is when movies began to suck. This was the beginning of like that dark age of movies. And Good Burger was one of the first movies I saw an ad for when we moved there. And I just always
the movie is
associated-
that old?
Yeah.
I for some reason thought it was more like 2002 or something.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This
wow.
came off of all that, you know. I mean, it was.
Oh man! Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay, you badmouth all that. I'll badmouth Good Burger because I didn't mind all that much. I didn't mind all that all.
You know what? It was meant for kids. I guess it was in living color for kids.
Yeah, I mean,
If
that's
you
what it was. I mean,
removed everything that made In Living Color funny, but it was for kids.
And
so
offensive.
kids are nice. Yeah.
No, I didn't mind all that. But again, for a kids sketch show, it's along the lines of like you can't do that on television or something. It's like, you know, it's fine. And even for that sketch, that kid's voice is funny. You know, welcome to Good Burger.
I liked you
I mean,
can't do that on television way more.
It was a little bit more surreal.
It was also more messed up.
What, kids in torture chambers and getting shot by firing squads and stuff
great.
and dysfunctional families? That's
Barf
not
running
normal
the
to
diner
you?
with the burgers with the green
yeah,
sludge
the
on it.
vomit and everything. But again, we're getting really
The
sidetracked.
80s were gritty as fuck.
But yeah, this was a spin-off of that show, and I didn't mind the show, but clearly it's like, you can't make a movie out of it.
It's a one. Well, it is ironic because what was essentially Nickelodeon's children's version of SNL
Start making bad SNL
basically
movies.
did the same mistake SNL did, which is, oh, well, we have a sketch that lasted 10 minutes and some people laughed. Let's make a movie.
But, like, let's take those unfunny jokes and make them so that, like, really little kids can give me a good shake. Okay. And I just, no.
I forgot about that.
I remember I was reading, this was one where I liked reading the reviews for the movie, because people were just trying
This is
so...
why God gave us Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
20
no,
years
this is
later.
one where just all the critics were trying to be so humble with the fact that this is a kid's film. I remember being a kid and liking stupid stuff, and this is naive and innocent, but it is stupid. It is so stupid. One was just like this guy he just starts off with, you know, he lists one of the joke. He's like, guy walks into a restaurant and tells the owner to watch his butt. He curiously turns around looking at his butt, spinning. He does this for about a minute. That's as funny as it gets, folks. It's like, that is the crowning achievement joke of this movie.
I think I blacked out most of this movie.
All I remember is the incredible Shaquille O'Neal cameo.
I don't even remember that. All I remember is a sad Abe Vigoda. That's all I
right.
remember. Just him sitting there just...
Nobody.
I just remember looking, I'm like, you sad, sad old man. That's all I remember from Good Burger.
I think we reviewed it just at the point where making fun of Abe Vigoda was like a big thing for Conan, and it's like, oh, and he's in this movie. Let's ride that train. So we just made fun of Abe Vigoda because what's Abe Vigoda gonna do? Obviously, he has a good sense of humor. The only thing I think that made me laugh. No, there's two things that made me laugh, and they're strangely enough at the very end of the movie. One is actually one of them was from Sinbad when the burger falls in the car.
We can laugh at Sinbad.
Nothing wrong with Sinbad.
Every 400 jokes, there's a good Sinbad.
It's sort of like a plant that blooms every 40 years.
It's like the corpse.
Sinbad will get his funny joke.
They got this flower at the Chicago Botanical Gardens. Yeah, it blooms like once every 80 years and smells like shit. That's Sinbad. Well, I'm not gonna say the smells like shit part. I'm sure he has great hygiene. But the once in every 80 years.
But yeah, no, I got nothing.
What did this man ever do to us?
Yeah, so mean to him.
Jingle All the Way. Okay, you know what? We probably got a couple years left still for Jingle All the Way, but after a couple years, we should lay off.
No, I'd say his stand-up. His stand-up's funny and everything. I got nothing against him, man. But and again, he had one funny yell when the burger falls on his car. He does the tradition of why, but they just oh god, why? and it cuts away. It was like a perfect edit from a perfectly delivered line. And then I love it when he wants to go in business with him or something like that. The two kids, and then he's like, I don't know if I can. I just goes, it's because I'm black. It's like, that's really funny, especially for a kid's film. That's very, very funny.
So we've counted now 3 laughs for an hour and a half.
I counted 2 actually. Well, I don't even remember the third one. Sinbad.
That's only 2 steps removed from Pixels. Maybe Pixels was worse than I remember because I'm calculating it in my head. That's about how many times I laugh.
But no, it's one of those films where it's like I kind of think like I remember they did like I think to us it's like when Saved by the Bell did like their big finishing TV movie where they go to Vegas and like the people you think would get married and stuff like that.
Saved
it's
by
like
the Bell, the new batch.
Yeah, actually, a new class. Thank you. But no, they did like this little movie.
I would have killed though if they had gone all out with that. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And then it's like one of Screech's actual porno videos.
I was gonna say I wish Dustin Diamond stayed in Vegas. Actually, maybe he's still in Vegas. Who knows?
I think he is.
Could be. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it was kind of like, and they had this TV movie, and then it's like, okay, here's our big, whatever, goodbye, finale, whatever. It's still gonna suck, but here it is for you, and that's kind of what I feel with Good Burger. It's like, it still sucks, but if you like it, if you have the nostalgia value, it's like, fair enough. It's just one of those stupid things, but it's like, you have to know it's stupid. I'm more of an 80s kid.
So a good chunk of the 90s, I was already either in junior high or high school. So this was well past my age range. So if you were a 90s kid, if you topped out about maybe 12 years old by the time the 90s ended, were you demanding this? Was this something that you were like, I need this Good Burger movie. My life will not be complete without this Good Burger movie. Give me my Good Burger. I'm just curious.
I think, well, no, here's the thing.
I don't know.
I'm thinking if I was a little kid, and I grew up with all that, and I saw there was a movie on that character with the funny voice who has a lot of energy and the big smile, and, it's like, if I was a dumb little kid, I'd be like, yeah, that might be fun. And I see it and be like, oh, I just watch nothing,
And our parents would have driven us past a place that had caught on fire and said, oh, look, the cinema burned down. And then we would have turned around.
Yep. I can't wait till it comes on VHS.
Like good parents should do.
Can't wait till it comes on VHS. Oh, our VCR just exploded.
Oh, sorry. Oh, we went to every video store. It's not there. Well, we can rent it. Oh, sorry. Digital download. Oh, the internet's broke. In fact, the internet just blew up. You can never go on the internet again.
I don't even know if we have the internet yet. I think we're in the early stages. So it's we have AOL, and nothing works on that. So there you go.
Would have been midnight. Yeah, there would have been AOL.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's hard for me to be like angry at it because it so was not my thing, and it's so obviously for a younger audience.
This is bad.
but I mean, it is phenomenally lazy writing, but it's for, I will say this, watching the kids in this movie, maybe this is kind of what pulled through, like, all that and stuff, is that despite the bad writing, just the downright lazy writing, the kids are really trying. I never felt like the kids were half-assing it. Like, you get to Home Alone 2 and you watch Macaulay Culkin, it's like, he's clearly coasting. You know, he's just like, no, I'm a star now, I don't have to try and stuff, but it's like...
One of these days, the doorbell's gonna ring and you're gonna open it, and it's gonna be Macaulay.
I loved him before Home Alone 2.
He's just gonna,
he was amazing before Home Alone 2.
He's not even gonna say anything, he's just gonna punch you in the face and then walk away.
I probably have it coming. No, and he could be a good actor now. I don't know. Just, but you're a little kid. That would happen to me as a little kid. It happened to like anyone as a little kid. You'd just be like, I don't have to try anymore. But that's why that's why the attraction of this movie and the show, I think, the kids did try.
The kids were trying. But it's the way kids try in a school play written by an adult who has no idea how really terrible of a writer they are. Mm-hmm. Like, trying to write, like, you ever sat in one of those awful school plays and, like...
I banned with some of those awful
yeah, and, you know, and the director's, like, so full of themselves, like, it's gonna be so amazing. No, you're just doing just right. And they're like, and it's shit. It's like, and it's meant, and it's, like, seriously at a 5-year-old level. But the kids are trying. It still doesn't make it easy to sit through.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things, too, where I think the writers kind of think, like, oh, well, it's for kids, so we have to dumb down the jokes.
Well, see, and that's the thing. That's the problem, is I think the kids were trying a lot harder than the writers.
Than the adults were, yeah. And I think that is something where...
And that is the difference, like, you can't do that on television with something aimed at our age at the time, but... I felt like the adults writing it had a sicker, more sardonic sense of humor.
It was still clearly for kids.
It was still clearly for kids, but they're just like, all right,
there's a bit of an edge.
Yeah, let's have some fun with this.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Good Burger and all that, I always felt like it was just, let's play this safe.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's, hey, let's do.
And that to me is what the '90s was all about. And why it bugs
it was
me.
very
coming out of the '80s, like we did.
It was very playing it safe.
Yeah.
I think you're right. That was probably the start of the big PC thing, the political correct stuff, we can't have violence in cartoons and shows and stuff like that. So you're right. I think it started to go really, really safe. And now we're in kind of like this, again, because of the internet, this extreme on both sides. The extreme, like, hate Phil, we're gonna offend everybody and fuck you all and stuff. And then the extreme, we're, you know, very sensitive and don't offend anybody. And it's just these two extremes going.
I'm just like, is it funny?
Yeah, no, but the funny thing is, it's
about.
like, we are getting some good stuff out of it. I mean, to be fair. Because there are people that can do both very good. They can offend very well and they can be very sensitive very well. Some can do both at the same time. And it is funny, too, because I think, I forget if I mentioned this before.
I'm very sensitive to offending people.
Yes.
When I offend people, I'm very sensitive to it.
Yes.
And I enjoy doing it. I can feel their effects. I'm very sensitive.
But when, I forget if I was talking about this in a vlog before, but when I watched the Gravity Falls episode, and then they had like a few, this was at a con, I was with my wife, and we were just like, let's leave the TV on, who knows, because I wanted to see Gravity Falls, and I'm like, leave the TV, what are kids watching nowadays? I mean, let's just leave it on. I can't remember what I watched, but it was like some sort of kids sitcom or something like that, and just watching it, it's like, it's not knee-slapping funny, but it's clear they were putting so much more effort into it than any kids sitcom they put out when we were younger. I think there is more effort.
I have flipped through and landed on Nick or Disney or something, and
There's
I've done
so
the same
much
thing
more
because I'm
effort
just like, all right, I'm very curious what the hell kids are watching, so I'll land on something, and yeah, it is the same thing. It's like, this is clearly not meant for me. I clearly don't find it really entertaining, but I'm like, this is still steps ahead of what I got like 20 years ago.
Yeah, there's something where it's like you can still write kids entertainment and teenage entertainment and tween entertainment and stuff like that, and not be like, oh, well, they're tweens, they're kids, so we can write fucking anything and they'll go for it. It's that, no, we're still going to try, we're going to put effort, and we're going to try and develop their sense of humor at that appropriate age.
And there was a difference, because like we did have You Can't Do That on television, but sometimes like kids programming in the 80s like versus the 90s, if you had a sitcom that was kind of meant also for kids, it was a sitcom that kind of ran in prime time. It wasn't like you had a network
like Al
dedicated to children like we do now with Cartoon Network and Disney and Nick. There were no kids sitcoms on the Disney Channel in the 80s. It was all reruns of Disney shit.
Yeah.
Like from the 70s and the 50s and the 60s.
we had Mickey Mouse Club. That was the closest to our sitcom.
We had the
Kids
new
sitcom.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Oh, that's right, where Mickey had like the polo shirt or whatever.
Let me tell you how...
MICKEYMOUSE, Mickey Mouse. And they're doing the thing where they're jumping up in the air like, oh, and then back down against the green screen.
Gather around, children. Let me tell you a scary story. The new Mickey Mouse Club that ran back when we were kids was so bad that I ended up just watching the old Mickey Mouse Club. Because at least I was promised a fucking cartoon somewhere in the middle of it. And generally they were Donald Duck, and they were pretty freaking hilarious.
Yes.
Or Chip and Dale.
I do remember that being really bad, actually, the new Mickey Mouse Club. It's like, I sort of forgot about it, and I was like, yeah,
I
they
remember
really
it.
tried to modernize
You can't
it.
forget
They
it.
tried to make it like late 80s, early 90s. I think it was early 90s.
Had this kind of Saved by the Bell set going too.
it was bad.
A lot of late 80s, early 90s kind of pink and
Again,
like
you kind of,
neon
like, the
and-
old Mickey Mouse Club is corny, but it's like, they're tap dancing, they're singing, they're doing all this cool stuff, and the new one, it's like, hey, let's just wear our Abercrombie shirts, which aren't around yet, but that's what these are. We're just gonna sit, we're gonna chat, and we're gonna be like, what? And it's like, that was it. It felt very lazy.
USC!
Yeah, and throw in a pop song or something. But
So the grass is always greener, is
Yes.
our point. We did have some things that were way grittier in the 80s, but
there's much better stuff now, too.
there's much better stuff
Um,
now. I think we can all agree just the 90s, just a cultural wasteland. I'm kidding. Don't kill me. But that was kind of where we were going for a while. I was like, maybe we should turn this around. But
I sort of say the mid to late 90s / kind of early 2000s. Then we got good again.
I always argue actually the early 90s when you, like, watching it now, 20-something years later, like, as an adult, I'm like, when I see old things from the early 90s, I'm like, holy shit, it's still the 80s. The 80s didn't,
Yeah.
the 80s really didn't die for me till about 1993.
But most decades are like
was
that.
the last
now.
of
It's
it.
like a
Yeah,
few
there was like
years.
this kind of holdover, just like the 90s for me kind of continues till about 02 maybe.
So with Good Burger, if you're a part of that, you have the nostalgia, you like it. I totally understand. I'm not going to be like, you freak, you moron. I totally get it.
Good for you. We have
but-
a number of doctors you can talk to.
But I mean, don't act like it's good. You can like some things in it. Like I said, you can like the energy from the kids. You can like some of the colors and stuff. You can
There
like
are-
that. It's a time capsule of the 90s. But
There are things-
don't try to hawk it off. It's like, no. You know what? Like, we knew how to make good films back then. We made fucking Good Burger. It's like, no, it's fucking stupid. And
Who
everybody
says
in the
that?
world.
Who?
No, I
Who?
don't tempt them, Frodo.
Really?
Oh, I think it's kind of.
I'm glad I'm ignorant sometimes of some of the things.
No,
that
I
go
think
on
most
there.
people know it's bad, but they're kind of like, you don't have to be that mean. It's kind of like,
Well, we do. That's our job, for
yeah,
one
it is
thing.
kind of our job.
We wouldn't watch it otherwise.
But no, it's important to know.
Well,
it's,
here's the
it's
thing. Okay.
not especially good.
There are three things that I grew up with. One were legitimately good shows or movies that were legitimately great and meant for kids or meant for all ages, and I still enjoy them now. The second are things that were meant only for kids, that as an adult, I may not watch it as much, or if I do watch it as an adult, I watch it only for nostalgia, but I can say, you know what, this was aimed for 8-year-olds and under, and it was good. It was
Yeah, for
fine
8-year-olds
if you
and
were
under, it's
8 years old. And then there are things that are aimed at kids and work if you're a kid, but even as a grown adult, you have to admit was just shit.
Yeah.
It's like this was aimed at kids, but it's even shit by aimed at kids standards.
Yeah.
So
It
that is the
tapped
difference.
on something. It tapped on a fad or something that was popular at the time, or maybe even created it. And it exposed it and didn't try that hard, or tried to tap more into what's popular about it as opposed to what's good about it. And
I
they
can watch
usually don't hold up.
things from the 80s that I saw and am completely aware of it. That I was like, this is shit. This was garbage. They literally threw at us, and we did hook, line, and sinker, but it puts me in a nostalgic place, and I enjoy it, and
Yeah.
fine. I don't claim it's good, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's, at things aimed for children, there are legitimately, like, good and bad things, and, like, there are some that I'm just like, yeah, I still like it, but I still know it's crap.
Yeah, I think it's important to know that distinction.
Who's
'cause if
defending
you're-
Good Burger as, like, the Citizen Kane of kids movies?
Well, I think I wait, did I? Somebody did, or who was that, Mr. Cranky or whatever, that review, like, he gave it, like, this guy reviews everything.
Oh,
by,
Mr.
like,
Cranky.
bombs
Whatever
and
happened to that guy?
He might still be around, we just haven't gone to the site. But, yeah.
I don't think that site's been updated in a long time.
I don't know, I haven't gone.
That was some funny shit.
That was. He reviewed everything, like, he hated everything that he watched, pretty much. He labeled them by bombs, but then, like...
So one bomb was the best, and then, like, 4 bombs was really bad. Dynamite, my favorite was, because I've used this line all the time, Dynamite was proof that Jesus died in vain.
Yeah.
So that's where I got that line
But
from.
then with, like, Good Burger, he put a smiley face, and I think it just broke him. He was just like, this magical, wonderful, delightful little film.
Yeah, he went
that I
complete
did.
reversal
Yeah, and
on
he
it.
just talked about how beautiful, when Ava Goda says such beautiful, gut-wrenching lines like, I broke my ass, it will bring a tear to your eye.
When he reviewed that one, too, he called it Mr. Happy.
Yeah.
It was so dripping in sarcasm.
It was pretty funny. It was kind of like our Surf Ninjas review where we just said everything. It was like so bad that we actually gave it a good review.
I should tell you something, because a lot of times kids' films will get a pass enough, they'll get the 2 stars. The Good Burger was really fucking reviled at the time. I remember the critics were merciless. And there's a reason. 'Cause it's not any good.
Yeah.
And if you saw it when you were 5 and you're like, I enjoy it and it brings back memories, hooray, Good Burger, that's awesome. Good for you. Good for you. Just don't tell me it's a good movie. And enjoy it all the hell you want.
So, yeah, there it is. Still a stupid movie, but if that's your poison, more power to you. I'm gonna go watch the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings because that's my poison. I know it's not good, but I love it. And
I'm just gonna drink wild turkey, but that's my poison.
that's your poison. I'm sure yours is much more healthy than mine. Let's both agree they're both more healthy than Good Burger.
They both ironically kill the liver. We're not sure how the Bakshi film does that, but
It finds a way. So that's about it. We'll see you on the next one. Later.
bye.
Can I take your order?